Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. Well, today we are reviewing a new cigar from H. Upmann made by AJ Fernandez, which is very special to him. This is the H. Upmann Nicaragua Finca la Lilia 2009. This is a large cigar for anything AJ makes, or really the H. Upmann name. Now, as you saw on the lead-in, that is indeed his grandparents, and highlighted is his grandmother. And I appreciate AJ for sending me that picture. It sort of ties the meaning together and gives it a lot of extra clarity. On this cigar, you have the typical H. Upmann Nicaragua band here, and what's missing is the little band below that said simply AJ Fernandez. Here it says La Finca la Lilia. So Finca la Lilia 2009. There is the density. And it has a pretty good feeling in the hand, I gotta tell you. I am a huge fan of the H. Upmann Nicaragua, the normal cigar and the Toro size. I can't tell you how many I've bought, boxes and boxes. I have it almost every day. So I was really excited to try this cigar. Now, speaking of this cigar and what it has in it other than the Finca la Lilia 2009, he uses an Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper, the Nicaraguan Corojo 99 binder, and the filler is Nicaraguan Criollo 98 and Dominican Piloto Cubana. So, I believe we've covered everything. These are rather limited, and excited to review it today. So, let's get right to it. The new H. Upmann Nicaragua Finca la Lilia 2009. The cigar has a very nice shine to it, though. I like that. Look at that. Even in my lights here, it's very shiny, oily. Now, cutting this will be not necessarily a huge challenge, but this Zycar, you can see it'd be all it can do to get here. Now I'm going to take off. You see how the cap is domed. I don't want to take off all of that dome. I want to take off as little as I can. I've had several of these, and you can see I did not take off too much. I've had several of these, and for a 60 ring cigar, everyone draws fantastically. And it's not like they're light in the hand. They're quite weighty. That is a fantastic draw. I'm getting a very nice cedar citrus combination, a pronounced orange citrus, some brown sugar, quite a bit of cinnamon, and a lot of a peppery nutmeg. And that's the best way I can describe it, because when you start getting that nutmeg come across, the pepper is off the chart. This is a very large amount of black pepper here initially. Let me point that out. I would say initially it is at about 8.5. I expected to tone down, but it's a pepper similar to the flavor you would get from just your table grade black pepper. If you put an extra amount on something, and you know how it's that heavy black pepper, that's what it tastes like. That's a very good start. This is very different from the normal H. Upmann Nicaragua, which I do love, as I said, but this is a very different combination of flavors. So let's see how we develop and where we go from here. Now, as you can see, I'm about an inch in, far from the first third, but as it has developed and settled down and the initial flavors sort of play out, there is a leathery component in the cigar. There's some leather, and of course, I failed to mention there is a black coffee base, which almost is in every cigar. At this point, and we're not rating it, I would say that it is medium to full bodied, but it's the flavors are pretty much like they were initially. The black pepper is still very high. I would say it's already toned down from 8.5 to 8-ish. So there's going to be a lot of black pepper in the cigar, which is just fine with me. So let's see how we are at the first third. Well, here I'm at the first third. As you can see, it took a long time to get here. Nice burn time. Still have the cedar citrus combination, which is really downplayed because of what I'm going to tell you next. There is quite a bit of, there's some brown sugar to there, quite a bit of cinnamon, quite a bit of a leathery, peppery nutmeg. Really high concentration of that mixture in a black coffee base. The black pepper is still quite elevated, which is, again, fine with me. The finish is quite a bit of nutmeg with just a little sweetness to it, maybe from the brown sugar. But very little sweetness, quite a bit of nutmeg, and a lot of lingering black pepper. Medium to full bodied. It's a very interesting mix. I like this cigar and the flavors in it. I love the pepper. The flavor mix is very good. I could see having this also about every day. I don't think I could swing it, but very good cigar. I'm starting it off at 94. So initially it's 94. Let's see what the second third brings us. Well, here we are in the second third, right at the main band. I've already removed the lower band. Let me remove this one now. There we go. Just started to singe it there at the bottom. Didn't mention this before, but this has nothing to do with the review. But this is my, if you can believe this, 99th review this year. Tomorrow, we will hit 100. That's a record for me. I don't know if I can break it or match it again, but been busy this year. Now, the flavors at this point have slightly improved. There's a predominantly cedar with slight citrus undertones. Nice brown sugar now. Always been good cinnamon. And you still have that leathery, peppery nutmeg with a black coffee base. Full bodied at this point. The finish is unchanged. This is a cigar that I just like. Just like the H. Upmann Nicaragua. It's just something I gravitate toward, but I like it. I'm bumping it to 95 because of the increased sweetness here in the second third. So, how will we finish off? Let's see what the final third brings. Well, we're down to the end, so let's wrap it up. While you predominantly have the same flavors, the sweetness did backslide some. Full-bodied, very full-bodied. Finish is still unchanged. Pepper's been very good in this cigar throughout. Because of the decreased sweetness, and it decreased a little more than I really wanted it to, but I'm going with 93 for the final third. Very impressive cigar. Overall score of 94. So it's one of the top cigars for me for AJ for the years. It's excellent. It's something he could be very proud of, and his grandmother would be very proud of. I really enjoyed this cigar, and I plan on getting many more. So that'll do it. The H. Upmann Nicaragua Finca la Lilia 2009, 94.